Greetings and salutations to all of you lovely people out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to another installment of Counter Reaction. So, in today's episode, I'm getting back into some Ren with Money Game Part 3. If there was a Part 1 or Part 2, I never got the chance to check them out. However, I was asked by a Patreon member to review this one. Well, more like they had put it out there that this was actually a thing to react to in the first place. And I asked a few questions. I had to, because there are a few of you that are still subscribed to this channel that watch some of my Ren reactions and reviews. But I did lose quite a few of you guys. This is an honest and genuine based platform. You guys already know that if you're subscribed here. If you're new here, hopefully you enjoy this one. I don't know what to expect. I do keep an open mind. However, from a structural standpoint, as it pertains to anything that's kind of hip-hop or musically composed, that is what I'm most critical of. I am hopeful, but there are absolutely no guarantees. So if you can respect that, then dope. Let's go ahead and get right into it. The man himself.
Tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words were mine, mine, gimme. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly. 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man, he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. At 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an
I'm going to rewind it back a little bit, but I love that when the tempo changed, obviously, so did the structuring of how he delivered the syllables and the rhyming and the raps. I really, really appreciated that. I didn't know right when it switched. I'm like, oh no, what's going to happen here? That was my first thought. If only you guys knew exactly how I listen to music, you might understand where I'm coming from. Like with a lot of the things that I say, a lot of the things that I don't say because I don't feel like anybody can really relate to them. I know my coworkers have heard more than enough of me ranting on, and they're like, and they love music. Everybody should love music in some capacity. But the way when I have enough time to explain myself, they're just like, bro, that's insane. Like, I don't know how you listen to music like that. It's a blessing and a curse. I've said that before, but yeah, no, I love that the tempo changed. Obviously his delivery changed with it. The cadence changed. And I love the story thus far. And I did like quite a few of his more performative and theatrical pieces in the past. The production value was always on point, always. And I know this is probably one take. If that has any sort of bearing on your impression of the song itself or the music video, then so be it. First try, completely different than one take, because you never really know. In fact, I don't care if it's edited. I don't care if it's one take or not. It doesn't do anything for me personally. But so far, I'm engaged. I want to know where the story is going, and I love the composition. The composition's very, very simple, and it allows Ren and his lyrics of the song to kind of take center stage, while the composition and instrumentation just kind of adds some much needed support for the story to develop. So I'm going to rewind it a little bit.
Two ends, 14, solving complex mathematical equations at 15, IQ 150.
There's some keys changing, some notes changing for dramatic effect, which of course I obviously like, and it's very, very fitting.
Elevating 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list.
Okay, now I'm even more engaged. Now this is like the meat and potatoes for me. The tempo changed very slightly. Now there are different notes that are being played. His cadence changed once again. And that line of manipulating data, I like that line. I have to re-listen to it to know exactly what he said. I understood it the first time, but very good conversational lines, which I do appreciate when any artist can do. When the music is more conversational, it just sounds a lot more natural to me. Regardless of the tempo, the beat, it doesn't matter to me. I have always really appreciated that he delivers it conversationally, and it just kind of just rolls off the tongue. And it's not as hard to do. It's a lot harder to do it with more complex rhymes and structuring, which he usually rhymes to maybe 3 syllables on the end. Very, very few internals from what I've experienced, from what I've listened to from him. To be fair, they don't need to be present. I'm just saying there are other artists that do this, that rap conversationally, but do so in a more technical way, I guess you can say. Let's go ahead and rewind it a little bit.
Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here.
I'm not going to tell you guys the 3 songs that I think I've heard already. You guys hated when I did that with almost every single Ren song. So I'm not going to do that. Learn my lesson, but there are a few that I'm picking up on. Just saying.
Son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26, a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27, dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28, inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30, his daddy says you're losing the race. You're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval. Moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32, moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket.
Okay. The story's taking a little bit of a turn.
35, he gets a call. I'm sorry, son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack, I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed up, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion. Heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra.
Production value is always a 10. It's a 10 almost every single time. You gotta give him credit, man. This is well shot. It's amazing. It's so good. It's so good. And obviously also the mixing is really good. I know that he must have a mic on him, because when he shakes the bottle of liquor or whatever kind of liquor that is, you can hear the fluid inside of it kind of bouncing around inside the bottle, which is really cool from a auditory perspective. Kind of enhances the experience and kind of makes it a little bit more immersive. But let's rewind it back a little bit.
Stop abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion. Heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck.
Storytelling is great so far, by the way. Cello and violin, huh? I love the combination. The contrast is great.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words mine, mine, gimme. 41 he wasn't walking, 42 not walking quickly, 43 never running round the pavements of his city, 44 inside a palace with a mountain of gold. But those riches turn to rubble when perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me. And it's a version of him, and it's a version of she, and it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck the money and fame. Cut the music. This isn't entertainment. This is real life. The way we live is lunacy. Community, it declines. Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we designed. Money's an invention. Politics from our invention. They all come from people's ideas. Did I mention? Border's an invention. Law and order fuel the tension. It leads to people killing each other. My solution?
I really like the soundstage when he does this whole acapella bit. It's really clean. Music done, lyrics center stage because there's a message behind them. It forces your attention span to listen into what's being said because it's the only thing that you can actually hear. And after being so engaging with the music, right when it gets to that point, you're engaged and he says what he says, it's impactful. It's impactful. It's a very well built bridge for knowledge to pass through to you. I really like that.
Everything is subject to change. We could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains. But if we teach kids in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me, then there's no future I see where the humans survive with parasites inside a petri dish with cannibal minds. Mold will grow upon the surface and consumes till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise.
I like that. I mean, rhyming for me, like syllables, is it's huge to me. I'm gonna look past some of that because of the message that was delivered there. And yeah, he's right. It could be like that, but there are gonna be some people that listen to this, and maybe they have a shift in perspective. Maybe they didn't have one, and now it's this newfound perspective that they have as a result of listening to this. So, yeah, I think this is doing more good than harm, in my opinion, based off of the things that he discussed in this song. I agree with the vast majority of it, even though a huge piece of this song is based in really good storytelling. There are other elements that kind of provoke thought, that I think that some people may need to listen to. Some things may now need to be considered as a result to listening to it. So I really enjoy this. I think this might be one of my favorite songs of his that are, that kind of toe the line of being more theatrical, personally. This is, I like this a lot more than Sick Boy, personally. Wow, I like that. It's a beautiful touch.
45.
Music.
Jimmy comes
Yeah.
home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair, drinking again. He is everything he wants, he is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate. With a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. Here's the words of his father, it's such a damn shame. Then he presses on the trigger of a money game.
Okay. Yeah, I really enjoyed this piece. Very good storytelling. This is different. It's unique. It's a lot of different things. It's original. So you gotta give Ren his credit, man. He is he has a special mind. He definitely has a special mind. And I've only been critical of like the structuring of certain songs, and he, I'm not saying that I can construct a song better than he can, but I know what to listen for and I know what I like, and that's kind of what my reaction is based on. It's based off of what I enjoy. It's not, don't expect your opinion from me. That's not fair. But either way, where is this one gonna go? Am I gonna listen to this one again? Is it going on a no list? What's gonna happen? Is it going on a blacklist? No, definitely not. Ren's never been close to being on a blacklist. If I had to choose one, I mean, maybe that's not really a discussion for this video. I don't know. I can't remember. But I think where this one's gonna go is YouTube playlist. Oh, I'd watch this again. I'd watch this again. Obviously, this was meant to be enjoyed. It's a theatrical piece. It's not meant to be played in a car. It's not going on a playlist for the office. There's really no playlist where this would go outside of a YouTube playlist to just watch it again. But that is going to be all from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I do hope to catch you all on the next one.